In a village where the fog never lifts, 5 people vanished in a single month, and no one knows why. They say a lantern roams the forest at night, glowing orange, swaying, alive. It chooses its victims, and once it lights for you, you are never seen again. Detective Lydia Marris entered the Black Hollow forest to find them. But the lantern didn't just guide her. It waited for her. And tonight, the curse is coming for her too. Detective Lydia Marris had seen many strange cases in her career. Missing persons, cryptic messages, unexplained phenomena. But nothing had prepared her for Black Hollow, a village so small it was almost forgotten, yet shrouded in whispers of disappearances and a curse that had lasted centuries. When she arrived, the town was silent. Windows shuttered, doors locked, the kind of silence that felt oppressive, alive. A chill crept along her spine as she stepped onto the cobbled streets. An elderly man approached, leaning heavily on a cane. His eyes were clouded with age, but the fear in them was unmistakable. In his hands, he carried a lantern, blackened with soot, but still glowing faintly. "They come for those who wander at night," he whispered, voice trembling. "The lantern it chooses who will never return. You shouldn't have come here." Lydia raised an eyebrow. "Superstition. I've heard them all." The man shook his head. "No, detective. This is older than any story. This is the forest's law." The forest stretched behind the village like a living wall of darkness. Trees twisted unnaturally, their branches curling like hands reaching for trespassers. The villagers dared not go near after sunset, and yet, one by one, 5 villagers had disappeared in the past month. Lydia followed the dirt path leading into the forest. Mist clung to the ground, swirling around her boots. The first lantern appeared almost immediately, a faint, orange glow swaying gently, though the air was still. She approached. Its light seemed to pulse, almost breathing. When she reached out, the lantern flickered violently, casting shadows that moved independently of the trees. Shapes formed, human-like yet distorted. A whisper slithered through the fog, "Leave or join them." A heart pounding, Lydia glanced back. The forest behind her seemed empty, yet, somehow, alive. Footprints appeared in the mud, 5 sets leading in circles, then vanishing as if erased. Each step she took felt heavy, as though the ground resisted her. Hours passed. Night fell. Every shadow seemed to watch her. The forest became a maze, paths twisting impossibly, familiar landmarks disappearing, then reappearing in places they shouldn't exist. Then she found the shrine. Hidden beneath twisted roots, it glimmered faintly in the lantern's light. Stone walls etched with ancient symbols glowed faintly. At the center lay a journal, pages yellowed, filled with accounts of villagers who had dared anger the forest over centuries. The lantern, she realized, was not just a guide. It was a vessel for trapped souls. The missing villagers weren't dead. They were suspended in an endless cycle of terror, their spirits tethered to the forest by the lantern's light. The wind picked up. Leaves rustled unnaturally, forming whispers and groans that seemed almost human. The lantern hovered before her, its light flickering, responding to her heartbeat. Her hand reached for it. The moment she touched the handle, a surge of cold shot through her. A pressure, like invisible hands gripping her, trying to pull her into the mist. She stumbled back. The lantern floated upward, illuminating the shrine fully. The shadows of the missing villagers swirled around her, whispering, crying, screaming. Faces appeared in the fog, their eyes hollow, mouths open, yet no sound escaped them. Lydia knew there was only one way to break the cycle. She struck the lantern against the shrine with all her strength. A scream erupted, high, unending, piercing the valley. The forest shook, branches snapping, leaves flying like a storm. Fog surged violently, swallowing the shrine, the trees, the ground beneath her feet. When she opened her eyes, the forest was silent. The shrine lay in ruins. The lantern lay shattered, its light extinguished. She exhaled, shivering, thinking the ordeal was over. But then she saw movement at the edge of the forest. Another lantern, swaying, its light eerily calm. And within it, a faint human silhouette, staring at her, waiting. The villagers had warned her. The lantern chooses, and it never forgets. Lydia backed away slowly, heart racing, knowing she might have survived the night. But the curse had not been broken. It only waited for the next wanderer, the next investigator, the next curious soul who dared to follow its light. And as the wind whispered through the black hollow trees, she realized one terrifying truth: the forest, the lantern, the curse, they were eternal.